What are you eating?
Curly fries, chicken tenders. And I'm at the...
Where are you?
I'm at the...
And why are you eating them out of a box?
Generation Iron.
Standing up.
You're going to go upstairs and watch Generation Iron. This is for all you douchebags that think of Pony IFYM. I don't even know what the fuck the macros are. I don't even give a fuck because I don't do IFYM. I go, if I want to eat it, I eat it. If I want to eat it, we should take all those letters and make a new thing. I don't count IFYM, you dickheads. In the off season, I just eat. Free contest though, what happens, son?
You count everything and weigh
Scrap
everything.
It down,
yeah.
And eat my clean foods, and what happens?
When it's time to prep, you prep.
Which is like who? Lee Priest. Go watch a movie.
Right. Okay, so we're on our way home from seeing Generation Iron. What did you think of it?
Generation Iron. I thought it was awesome. Awesome. I never thought in my lifetime that I'd see a movie on the big screen with the people that were in it like that. Like, Pop and Iron was out when I was a kid, but I was like 3 or something when it came out. But to go to the movie theater and see cast, Phil Heath, Kai Green, kind of weird to see their names like on the credits and see them on the big screen.
It was surreal to know that we've met almost all of them and talked to them, and all of a sudden they're like huge movie stars now. In my eyes, because they were on the big screen.
Yeah, they're huge. They look so big on that movie screen compared to like on the YouTube stuff and on a computer screen. Holy shit. But I thought they developed like a storylines that... It's interesting because the storylines that they had were actually real storylines going on last year that we follow because that's what you do when you follow bodybuilding. You follow each individual person who becomes like a character. So, was there anybody that you didn't know anything about that you found something out today?
I didn't know that Ben Pakulski trained in a lab like that dude in Rocky.
Yeah, like he's like Ivan Drago. He's got like all this.
Yeah.
I didn't know he hangs out with Layne Norton either. Fuck.
I didn't know that either.
Sorry, Pac. Sucks to be you.
I also didn't know that he just spends like a lot of time away from his wife.
Yeah,
That's
I didn't even know he was married because
bummer.
you always see him. He's never with a wife or anything like that. I thought they portrayed Branch because I mean they just let him be him and they let them all just be them. But you know they delved into some stuff that I think Pumping Iron was originally about Arnold winning and all this shit. And to me, both movies were just as good. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying one was better than the other. I like Generation Iron just as much as Pumping Iron. But Rolly, when he lost the chance to go to the Olympia, like, I have felt that feeling. Like there's nothing anybody can say or do. And you know, they just you see him with his trainer Sybil there, and you could tell she's trying to be supportive but not be pushy because he's upset and stuff like that. I mean, it was very, very like.
Because she couldn't make it any better. There's nothing
acting,
she could say. Yeah, it was real
like they
emotion.
just happened to be there with cameras when the ship was down. I don't know if they portrayed Phil to be more of a dick than he really is in real life because I've met him many times, and before he was even doing the Olympia, he was really nice and he was a really nice guy. Maybe he became a dickhead as he got better or whatever, he became a bigger name, but he was a real kind of jerk.
He kind of was. I was a little surprised. I mean, I've only met him briefly though, so I don't know him very well.
Who else was in it that was they were following? I mean, the Hit A thing, he had to qualify.
Yeah.
Rolly had to qualify.
Kai, I didn't know he was such a good artist.
Yeah, he actually had a painting of Kevin. And when we were in Pittsburgh, he stopped us and he said, "Hey man, I got something for you." It's like Kevin doing that classic pose that he's at side most muscular. He painted it of Kevin. It's like an 8-foot tall painting. He's like, "I don't know how to get it to you." And Kevin's like, I don't know. Like, somehow you have to ship it, I guess. It's like on a canvas. So it's like he's been doing that stuff. Like, little quick story time tidbit about Kai. The year that you and I met at the Pittsburgh.
09.
I was sitting on the floor next to Kai before he went out to do his guest posing. And we saw him sketching in the movie, like those little sketches before he went on the big one. He had sketches of himself that were then colored in like marker of different poses, and it was like of a routine. He was looking at pictures of himself that he had drawn out of this piece of paper he unfolded on the floor, and it was in the red outfit that he was wearing that night. It was bizarre because
that's pretty cool.
It's like he was mentally
he was picturing it, right?
Doing his routine, but he had drawn it. So it's like how I put a lot into my posing. This guy not only visualized it and did the routine himself, he drew pictures of himself. Like that's really putting yourself into the posing, I guess.
Yeah. Well, he's known for his posing too. I mean, obviously it pays off.
Victor, man, how bad did you feel for Victor?
Oh, that was heartbreaking.
Steve told him no go, and like if you're going to see this movie and you're a bodybuilder as a competitor, as soon as Victor took his shirt off,
he wasn't ready.
He wasn't there. You know what I mean? And I didn't go to jail for 7 months, but I was out of the gym completely for 3 months before with a shoulder injury. And I remember the first day back in the gym, the bar was heavy. Like, you kind of just almost want to go, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, you're so bad at it when you were so good. But it's like the time we went bowling. I was good when I was a kid, and I was so bad at it, I didn't want to do it anymore.
I beat you really bad.
You beat the shit out of me. I got mad at it.
And then I was like, this is supposed to be a fun date, and you're being growly.
I was like, I used to be really good as a kid, but you go back to doing something after you've been out of it for a long time. And, you know, Jay's doing that this year for the Olympia. Like, and he made it. You know, that amount of time, he's not coming from victor circumstances, but, you know, you go through the whole thing where you see him and his daughter and him and his girlfriend are split. His sister was killed. Like, I mean...
The guy can't catch a break.
Yeah. You go through all that stuff, and I knew all that stuff because I follow what goes on with him, but to see Steve tell him, you're not ready to go to the Olympia, shut it down for the year, and then Victor coming out of the gym, it was just like, man.
And that was raw emotion, too. You could see it right away in Steve's face. He didn't want to deliver the bad news.
And Victor knew it, but, you know, trusted his guidance to confirm that he didn't have enough time to make up that ground. And, you know, Victor's trainer, and then you had Phil. That was actually really interesting after Kai was beating him, and they went back to the hotel at the Olympia between the prejudging and finals.
Yeah.
And Phil and Hani were like brainstorming on what to do to get better, to try to come back. And, you know, the one judge said, don't get Fuller. Like, you know, I wouldn't get any Fuller if I were you. Like, they kind of, to see him on the ropes, like,
that was interesting.
That was interesting because he's so cocky through the whole thing, and he realizes he's this close away from losing the title and everything that he's working for, and he has to dig even deeper to find another way to get past that. I mean, you know, these guys are all great champions, but to see it in action, like in your face, it's, you know, it's amazing. So I would give it, I only have 2 thumbs, but I would give it 6 thumbs up if I had 4 extra thumbs to go see it. I would definitely see it again. I'm going to buy it when it's on DVD. Well, what would you say was your favorite part?
My favorite part? I don't know if I had a favorite part. I liked seeing the raw emotion in their faces. And one thing I wanted to mention that really struck me is that when Phil was on stage getting the accolades for winning, it showed the faces of the guys backstage. Yeah. And that was really heart-wrenching because you don't see that raw emotion. All you see is, you know, the animal, like, I'm going to win, you know, yada, yada. You don't see him afterward. And that struck me. Yeah, and it was sad.
I was watching Pekulski when he said, you know, they asked Hide, did they announce the top 10 yet? And Hide said no. And he's like, I'm just going to go. And he put his shit on me and he left. And I remember feeling it just in Delaware. I remember putting my stuff on, remember? Mm-hmm. I came out of the back, you're like, you want to watch the rest of the show? And I'm like, no, let's go.
Yeah, we left.
You know what I mean? We left because you can't stand to be around the people and watch the rest of it. All the emotions and the anger and the hurt and stuff, you just want to get rid of it. So it was definitely real. It's interesting. I don't know how many people really bring anything away from it, but all the competitors that go to see it will definitely identify with it, and that makes it a good movie.
Yep, exactly.
So, that's our review, and we're going to head to go grocery shopping and prep our food, because that's what we do.
Because it's Sunday Fun Day.
That's what I always do, Sunday Fun Day. Carrie can prep her food any day, but I get this OCD thing about...
He's got a schedule.
He's got a schedule, so... I'm BioS3, I approve this message. That's Carrie Keenan, and she approves the message too. We're out.
This is Jerry versus the Claw, part 2. Now he's on to the whole algorithm thing. Oh, he almost had it. That was a cute bear, too. I like that one. Win me something. Why can't you ever win me something?
Hang on. Here we go. We're going to win.
Okay. Oh, no. Fail. Why aren't you winning your girlfriend something?
We got more? Is it?
Again.
How much is this? $1 a play?
I think we just got ripped off. He put in $2.
You're killing me. Alright, well, you gotta put more money in.
These claw games will get you every time.
I don't gamble, but I spend money on claw games.
Right, because this is not gambling. This is skill and precision.
Yeah. How much I have now?
It didn't take the $1.
He hates me. I gotta get changed.
Alright, we'll be back.